this show-off mentality, you think you are showing off, but I always ask the question, in show-off, what do you achieve really?
Prestige.
And even go to the extent of accepting to meet in a place with a person you don't know, dating and stuff like that. In Zimbabwe, we have a language, a say that we say, when a child is so confident and she can express herself, we call it akangwarisa. You want to parent a child, you want to raise a child, but we start by condemning, by judging, without giving them time to express themselves, condemning. You're going to be pregnant, the way you are dressed and what.
Imagine.
Instead of her opening, there's a boy who is disturbing me. Already you said you're going to be pregnant. How do people become pregnant?
Omulabi wa KTV omulungi tutuuse ne program y'enganzi, program mulindwa, program sindala, program bagita Life Connect. Program oyogera ku nsonga z'obulamu, obulamu bulimu ebintu bingi nnyo. Wano ku Life Connect twogera ku bintu eby'obulamu, twogera ku bintu eby'obufumbo, twogera ku nsonga z'abaana, twogera ku nsonga nnyingi nnyo. Era olwaleero tuzze ku nsonga ze zimu. Mu maaso kaawo katono nja kuba nkubuulira kyotandika nakyo n'endowooza kya nsonga nsooke nkwanjulire kubanga ate mu studio za KTV siri muzeka. Ndimu ne munnange
Pastor Cindy Chiganda. I take this opportunity to greet you all in the name of Jesus. So blessed to be here as we are going to share and navigate with so many things that I believe that will help your life. So please stay tuned, relax, and just take a glass of water. You're going to enjoy the conversation. You're welcome to the show. You look good.
Thank you, Mommy. You look good too.
To God be the glory.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so blessed.
Wow, viewers out there, Mami Cindy bw'atyo bw'alabise amaze okutuuka azze kubeera nga amenya ebintu eby'enjawulo. Olwaleero nno omutwe gwe tugenda okwogerako, omutwe gwaffe baguyita Navigating Parenting in the Digital Age. Yeah, navigating parenting in the digital age. That is our topic tonight. And to our viewers out there, omutwe gwe twogerako gwe mutwe ogwa social media, oba omutwe ogwa sereza, omutwe ogwa kumanya digital era. Digital, where communication is at everyone's exposure. Exposure gwe mutwe olwairo gwe tuli mu kwogerako. Maybe just as you have heard the topic, the viewers out there would love to know what exactly should they expect when someone talks about the digital age.
Well, I think what I would say about digital age is the era where we are living right now. You know, the world is moving so fast and many things are changing at a high speed. We are in 21st century. It's called a digital.com, a generation of .com where almost everything is online. It's all about phones, our hands are hands-on. So this generation, what I would say that it's more advanced. It is good, but it's somewhat very challenging, especially to us parents who have children, we are raising children in such an era. It is something very, very challenging that as parents we need to open our eyes and see how best can we help our children to grow up in a way that will glorify God. I think that's what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in a way that they will never depart from. So as parents, we have to pay attention to this. We should not be ignorant. We should be informed because this has come and this is the generation where we are in, and it's a good thing but very challenging. Yes, you wanted to ask me something?
No, yes, I wanted to to help a parent out there.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that the parenting has been kind of affected by the digital age? Is it different from the old way of parenting that we have been used to?
Definitely, because this is the generation where we are raising children. You think you are with your son, the two of you, but your son is connected to the whole world. So it is very, very challenging because you say something, but you don't know how many mentors your child is having. You don't know who is speaking in his life, who's talking to them, what are they watching, and they face a lot of challenges, even themselves as children. There's too much peer pressure, so it is a challenging world. But we can be on top of our game as parents if we decide to be informed. Because when you are ignorant, then a lot of things will happen in your house, and you think of your son or your daughter there with you, but your child is exposed to so many things that will shock you. So it is very challenging.
It is very challenging.
It is.
So after realizing that this is a challenging kind of era, how are we supposed to go about it?
By the grace of God, I've come up with some few strategies that we can use as parents, because we need to help one another. That's what I would think. And I would say also, us in church, we need to talk about this, because people are silent, but definitely it is challenging in its own way. Where yes, because you can't ignore our children. These children, they are more knowledgeable than even us because of the digital we're talking about. They know so much, they know which apps. But again, as parents, we have, number one thing as a parent, befriend your children. You should have that close relationship where children are able to talk to you, where they're able to ask, that when you are friends, you are able to discuss certain things. Because in life, there are stages. There's a stage when you give birth to a child. In that stage, you are in control of everything. You are in control of everything. They are not independent. You are the one to change the diaper. You're the one to know the diaper is dirty. I have to change. You are in control of what they eat, what time they'll eat, what time they'll sleep. You are in control. As they grow, there's a time where they are also going to be in control of their lives.
Yes.
Because now they have grown, they can make decisions on themselves. They have grown. They started life now. Because you can't keep on having a child and the child became continuously to be a child. Even though there is a saying that a child remains a child in the mother's eyes. But they'll grow, they'll get married, they'll have their lives. Now they're in charge of their lives. So that period when you are still in charge of their lives, of course they'll grow at a certain point where they'll make their own decisions. But again, when we make friends, that is the first step. I give birth to my child. It does not stop a relationship of a mother and a daughter. But this daughter of mine must be my friend. And I must be also her friend. Why? Well, she'll be able to open up, able to ask, able to, because they face a lot of challenges in this life. So parents, we should befriend our children. Number two, we should be involved in their lives. Be involved, be concerned, the life they are living. So when you have made them friends, and when they come back from school, you're able to sit, okay, tell me, how was your day today? But the challenge with most parents, we are too busy of running around. Of course, we have to take care of the family. We're looking for money. We need to provide. They need to study. They need to eat. There's so much that needs money, and have to go and look for this money. But again, we should not forget our responsibility is to raise these children. The scripture I've given, train up a child in a way that they will not depart from. So it is my responsibility as a parent to train my child, to raise my child or my children in a way that they will never depart. And which way now? It is the way of God. Because there is no man who has given himself holistically to the word of God and has come out and said the word does not work. That's not true. The word of God works.
Thank you so much, Mami, Pastor Cindy. Abalayi baffe abalungi twagala okubeera nga tetwongera okuba nga tutambula mu maaso. Mami abadde annyonnyola ebintu bingi nnyo, annyonnyodde n'agamba omulembe mulungi, omulembe gulimu okumanya kungi, naye ate omulembe gulimu okusoomozebwa kungi. Kati gwe omuzadde ali eyo oteekeddwa okubeera nga naawe omanyi, kubanga bw'otabeera ku levo yakumanya ogenda kubeera nga ate omwana akuleka olowooza oli naye wano naye ng'ate bantu bangi nnyo boogera ebintu bingi. Bali mu kumukuza nga tomanyi. Naye agambye nti engeri emu ku zo gye tuyinza okubeera nga tukikwasaganya ne tutambula n'omulembe gwa social media, omulembe gwa seereza, naye ng'ate ebintu bitambula bulungi, kwe kubeera ng'omwana omufuula mukwano gwo, so okubeera nga ate omufudde omulabewo. Kati njagala okukomawo Mami gy'oli. At what level should a parent become a friend, make a friend in her child, because
Okay.
you have said that okay, there are a number of levels or stages, but at what level? At what level?
What age? Okay. I would think that from the day you conceive, if you're a mother, the day you conceive, because there are people who conceive and they hate that pregnancy, and it's very difficult for them to adopt that this is my child, even when the child has grown. So from the day of conception, it's a bond. I remember bonding with my son when I was carrying twins. I bonded so much because he was so active in my pregnancy time. So you bond from the time you conceive throughout the pregnancy. Fall in love with what you are carrying and see it as a blessing. Then after giving birth, from there, create an environment that actually children grow in an environment where there is love. So it is you as a parent to build that trust in them and these relationships from childhood. Okay. That's how it starts. So that there is not at any point where these children come to a point where they can't say anything, but yet they are going through a lot, but they have no one to ask, and they end up making their own decisions, their own choices, because the issue is, I would have asked who? Who would have asked? If I had known, then it will pain you as a parent that, oh my God, I was an absent parent. Has never been there, has never provided enough time for my children to be friends. So from conception is the time that you start that relationship. Of course, they will start growing to the time where they understand, is where you start showing. Remember, you have shown this from childhood.
Yes.
And now there's a time when they start understanding, engage in conversation. Ask them, ask me anything. Is there anything? But we have this, especially us Africans. Shut up, we don't talk. So they can never express themselves. Sometimes even teachers would know our children better than us, because we don't really know who they are, the potential they have, the gifts, the talents. Why? Because we are so much of silencing. But the world has changed. It has come that time where we need to allow them to be who they are, discover who we have, and talk and sit down and say, okay, ask me anything. Is there anything you want to know? Now they're at the age of understanding what is life. Maybe at the age of 8, 7, they're now understanding. 9. Nowadays, you can be so amazed that children go to their periods at 9, 10 years.
Which is looking at, so
yes, but so that's why we should befriend these children, to talk to them and prepare them for the world. So at any point, befriend your children. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Mama badde agamba nti omwana mufule mukwano gwo okubira ddala ng'oluto wakaluwulira nti olulina bw'ajja mu nsi oyongere okubeera mukwano gwe asobole okubeera ng'asobola okweyanjulira okubuulira ebimusomooza ebimunyigiriza omuyambeko. Kiruma nnyo ng'omuzadde okuzuukuka obuzuukusa olunaku lumu ng'omwana we ebintu bimaze okumubaako, oba ng'amaze okugwa mu nsobi, oba ng'amaze okugwa mu kusomoozebwa okwo n'ogamba kale naliridda wange ekyamazima omwana yali talina gw'agamba.
That's true.
Mommy, I also want to look at an instance, a fact that most of these children from the age of being babies up to a certain age, they have no problem of opening up and sharing with you until the most sensitive time where we think they need our help most. That's when they also choose to become reserved. That's when they also choose to become quiet. I don't know, how can you advise us as parents to help our children even at that stage when they choose to become a little bit secretive?
Yeah, I think it is, like I said, it is my job and my responsibility as a parent to build this from childhood, so that the child have the confidence. But many parents, without them knowing, ignorantly, we are killing the self-esteem for our children. Why? Because if a child wants to ask something, you talk a lot, you keep quiet. So a child, instead of expressing herself to say something, she knows mom will just shut me out. For a child to complain, maybe something is not right, you over-talk, you over-complain. So in that, you are killing the self-esteem. So time will come when this child, of course, she'll continue growing. She'll not remain a child. She'll continue growing. At that time when she's facing the world, there are so many things. Men are coming in her life. She doesn't know. The first piece, who do I talk to? What should I do? And all those things. But there's no one now to talk to. Now that's when they are trying to find answers from social media. Remember, we have given them the tablets. We have given them their phones. They are now checking the information. one time I was surprised by my daughter. That was in COVID time. And she was doing homework. She had work, online work. She was doing. Then I asked her, what are you doing? She was like, you know, when you don't know answers, you go on Google and check for answers. I'm like, okay, what did you say? He said, yeah, why should I struggle? I don't know the answers, so I've gone on Google and checked answers. I'm like, okay. So every time she's having a tablet and there is internet in the house, instead of her thinking, using her brain, she just
switches to Google.
Exactly. And most of the children, that's what they went through during the COVID time. Because of the tablets, the internet, the what. Now imagine if a parent is not involved. What more will she search on that Google? Because all the information is there. But to what extent will she get the information, get exposed? Remember, also have YouTube. These children, they want to explore, they want to know, they search things. But already if she can use Google, then she can't fail to go on YouTube. And what is she going to find on YouTube? How about other apps, other sites?
Yeah.
So that's why parents, we have to be involved at any given point. We should not neglect this. We should work with our children and let's love our children and let's allow them to open up. So if it's built from the start, it will not be difficult for this child. Even if he marries, he'll still come back and ask, Mommy, there is this. Because remember, the relationship has been built already and the confidence is there. But sometimes we kill the confidence of our children because of over, you know, we don't want them, when a child is active, we call it stubborn.
Stubborn.
She's very stubborn, but she's active. She's just trying to find who she is, express herself, and she's confident. This one, I don't. In Zimbabwe, we have a language say that we say when a child is so confident and she can express herself, we call it akangwarisa. Akangwarisa. What can I say in Uganda? She's in Uganda. I think. I don't know how to say it in Uganda, but let me explain in English. Maybe a fujo, something. Daru. They call it daru in Uganda.
Daru.
Exactly, because the child is, she's so confident, outspoken. While the other community embrace that at a young age and discover this child has a talent. This child has a gift. We might need to nurture her this way because we have discovered. But for us, we use it and we don't know. We are killing the self-esteem. Now these children, because it's in her, it's inborn. She needs to find herself. The internet is the solution. But you don't know now who is talking to her. That's what becomes so hard. Right now, so much here, so much information, so much is talking to her, but you have left it. You call it daru. You don't want to know. But she's growing, she has to discover herself. It will be so annoying and painful later on to discover that it has gone out of hand. You can't control it.
So what you're saying, Mom, currently, as in, we have, first of all, as parents, we have to get on board in the digital era. There is no way we can do without it. We have to get on board, and on getting on board, we also have to make them our friends, such that we can discuss and converse. Abalabi ba KTV abalungi tukyagenda maaso ne program yaffe Nganzi program Life Connect bingi byogeddwako naye ebimu ku bye twakava okwogerako kati byenjagala nawe obeere nga ate obifuna. Tolina ngeri gy'oyinza kwewala mulembe guno ogw'okumanya omulembe gwa social media. Tolina ngeri gy'osobola kubeera nga weetaba oba ng'oyingira mu bulamu bw'omwana ono okumuyamba obulungi okuggyako nga naawe oyingidde butereevu mu kumanya. N'olwekyo kitegeeza abazadde tetwekumira mabega. Abaana baffe nga bagenda mu maaso naffe tusobole okulaba nga tugenda mu maaso kubanga abaana bano tumaze okubakwasa devices oba amasimu oba computers kati bagabikula ne bakola buli kye baagala. Bwe bakusanga nga tobimanyi nga tobitegeera kugendayo kumuyambako kikyolaba bw'oba olaba koma wano omutawana guba gumaze okugwa.
Exactly. Even on that, there is also the tips I've told you about. There are few tips that parents can use as we are trying to navigate this parenting in this era. One of the things you can do, the measures you can use, establish the screen time boundaries. What time does this child use this screen? Have boundaries.
Not being on TV
all the time, on the gadget, all the time. They should be boundaries. Set clear guidelines on the screen time boundaries. It's very essential. because when you just leave it and there is no time. So what you do as a parent, what time will my child use the iPad? And when she's having the iPad, what is she using the iPad for? So me, what I do, what I want to advise any parent, their educational apps.
Okay.
Let your child, if she's using an app, a tab, let it be educational, let it be communicating. By the grace of God, this is what I've done. Everything that I've bought for my daughter is communicating from childhood. Even her walker, it had songs, numbers, what. Even if it's a doll, I always look for educational toys. Let it be communicated, but educational and helps this child. So as we are there using the tabs, as they are using the phones, their educational apps. Let it be an educational app, let it be interactive. But this interactive should be also educational. And now I'm talking at the age of maybe they are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are young. So everything that you give them, let it be educational, and also set time. What time do they use this? So that they're not over-engaged from morning to evening. It's a Saturday, they're over-engaged. These children have also to go outside and play with others, socialize, because now we are raising children in a lonely way. Why? Because we are too busy. I have work to do. I have an assignment.
Yes, so you
I have
want
work
to keep
do.
her busy.
I want
with
to keep them busy. I have so
on
much to
screen,
do.
on what?
So the solution is I give a tab. But I give a tab, I don't mind
don't know
what
what
you
they're
watch.
seeing, what
And
she's-
that is not right. So as a parent, don't use tablets, phones as a way of pushing them away because you're too busy. You are killing your own child. But even though you do that, let it be timed.
And
At what
monitored,
time?
yeah.
If it's 1 hour, my child use a tablet 1 hour, and that 1 hour is done. As a parent, you should be bold enough to say no.
That's
As
enough
much
time.
as we love our children, we should also raise them knowing that there's a side where mommy can be annoyed. Mommy can spank.
Yeah.
Because you can't just, because we love them, you don't spank. No, the Bible says use a rod in love.
Spiritually.
Exactly. So you can't just say, let me just leave it because I love my child so much I can't spank. No, we spank. We spank out of love, and we tell them, I've spanked you because you did A, B, C, D. If I tell you use an iPad for 1 hour and I've set it for you and it's educational program, that 1 hour is done. Okay, darling, today 1 hour is done for using the iPad.
Let's
Please,
go for other
close it.
activities.
Now we do other activities. Please go and play. Now you play with your dolls, you play with other things, you go outside and play. So you should have clear boundaries.
Thank you so much viewers. Tugenze maaso ate era ne tulaba nti ensonga enkulu ennyo emu ku zo gy'oyinza okulaba nti oyambamu omwana wo okulaba nti TV, esimu gy'alina, tabu egyo amugulira, internet gw'otadde ku nyumba, ziri ennaku zino ennyumba zirina
Wi-Fi
wifi.
is everywhere.
Yeah, zirina wifi.
And even children
Fire
know how to
okumanya.
hotspot. I had a parent at school told me, my son knows how to hotspot. So
You
if
see?
his tablet does not have internet, just hotspot mine.
You see? Kati abaana baffe bagezi nnyo, kati abaana nga bagezi nnyo, gwe omuzadde ali eyo togenda kusigala busigazi otunule, kubanga bw'ona otunula omwana omufiiriddwa. Oteekeddwa okubeera nga naawe oli mukalativu ku nsonga y'okuzaamu omwana wo. Omukyala abadde agezaako okunyonnyola ng'atubulira ng'agamba nti wabeerewo obudde obugereddwa obwa screen. So si kubeera mwana n'abeera ku TV okuva ku makya paka lwaggulo n'abulwako ne kyakyakola. Kyatawanya nnyo mu COVID n'ebiseera ebirala, naye ekintu ekyo tubeere nga tukitunuulira. Ate omwana wo bw'aba ng'ali ku simu oba ng'ali ku taabu, faayo okumanya kuliko ebisomesa ebiyigiriza. Esimu nga bw'ogimugulidde, taabu nga bw'ogiguze, oba TV like station gy'omuteereddeko, faayo okumanya alina kyayigamu. Ye bw'aba ayigamu, bwe tuba twateesa nti erina kuba ssaawa emu, leka ebeere ssaawa emu, oleme kumuleka kusiiba busiibi lunaku lamba, asobole ate okuba ng'amanya nti alina ebirala by'alina okukola. Ng'abaana tubaagala, tuleme kuboonoona bwonoonyi. Leka amanye nti mami bw'aba yaŋŋambye ssaawa emu oba yaŋŋambye kino nesikola nga bwe yaŋŋambye, ate era abeera anyiiga. Abalabe Faluni tetuyinza kweyongerayo ate okusingako wano. Tugenda kubeera nga tugenda mu kuwummulako, tujja kuba nga tukomawo naye nga tuli ku Life Connect, era sigala ng'otulaba tukomawo. omulabe wa KTV nkukulisayo nnyo ate mukuwumulako kulikayo mukuwumulako mwebale kubeerayo ne mutulindirira tukyali ku programu yaffe Life Connect obulamu bulina okugatta obulamu tubugase tutya mu ngeri zonna okulaba nga tububeeramu mu ngeri esanyusa mu ngeri ennungi obulamu bulina okugatta so ye program gye tubaleetedde sindala bagiyita Life Connect naye mu kaseera kano ate njagala okubategeeza nti wano we tuli ekifo bakiyita Shine Country Resort Hotel ekifo kino kiri wano Lweza be batukyaziza olunaku olwaleero batuwadde obulamu obulungi batuwadde ebyokunywa nga bw'otulaba bwe tunyirira akawewo kalungi tuli wano Lweza ku Kigo Road ebifo ebisulwamu weebiri mu kifo kino restaurants weeziri ng'oyagala okulya emmere ennungi emmere ewooma teweetawanya jangu wano ku Shine ng'olina emikolo ng'embaga birthday parties oyagala gardens oba oyagala kuteekamu halls balina gym ez'omulembe balina sauna steam bath balina swimming pool ey'omulembe obwedda njiraba wali eri mpitirivu nnyo obulungi ate nga bajja kukola ne massage wano ku Shine Country Resort Hotel bw'oba oyagala okumanya ebisingawo bakubire ku namba z'essimu 077 99 5 6 ate ennamba y'essimu ey'okubiri oyinza okubafunira ku 070 756 Shine Country Resort Hotel wano ku Kigo Road kyekifo kyokka osobola okubeera n'emikolo emirungi. Mummy,
Yes.
we are back to our topic.
Yes.
The viewers are very excited.
We thank God.
They really want to know these strategies. They love the social media, they love the digital age. It has so many advantages. It helped our children do homework during COVID.
That's true. That's true.
Children have learned so many things, ranging from playing toys, games, and studying, educative-wise,
Reading, yes.
recreatively,
Yes.
and many others. But it is also a challenging thing because if we don't monitor, if we don't open our eyes wide, we may lose our children to the world.
That's true.
You had told us about the one strategy. Now we have one strategy.
Yes, yes.
The strategy of limiting TV, limiting screen time. What else can a parent do to see that we move amicably with the digital age?
Lead as an example as a parent. Lead by example.
Yes.
How much you use your social media, how much you're engaged. We have parents who are too busy. And even when they have gone to the office, they come back home, they're always on their tabs, they're always on their phones. I know some people do online businesses, but also spare some time and give time to the family. So lead by example that I can use this, but I am not so addicted to it that I can't live without.
Okay.
Remember, I have teenage children, the teenagers, we are raising them. Children, I always say, they are innocent learners. They learn from what they see. They easily learn from us as parents. I know there are so many things I'll tell you. I learned this from my mom. I learned this from my dad. Why? Because these are the people who have raised us. These are the people who have seen. So I would say, as a parent, lead by example. Don't be over-engaged in front of your children where they want to talk to you.
You're
you can't
busy
even
and
answer. You are
have no
on
time.
TikTok. You are laughing by yourself. And why dad is laughing by himself?
One
He's
time there
on
was a
TikTok.
very funny scenario.
Yeah.
A parent lost her kid to business, like she was too busy for the child.
Yes, yes.
And when things went wrong, and the parent now was asking, but why didn't you tell me when all this was happening?
Why do I find
And
you?
the child said, but each time I came, you could tell me, go away, I'm resting. You know?
So the child is like, why do I find you? You are in the house, but you're absent. So you as a parent, also us, we are also struggling, that to be honest. Because this generation where we are, I always, if Apostle Paul was alive today, he would have used social media to preach the gospel, to win souls.
Yes.
Because you can imagine, you read the Bible, how much Apostle Paul could write a letter to the church of this, write a letter to this, to this. He was
would have
always
sent
busy.
much.
You would have said much. But We have social media in our hands everywhere, every time, 24/7. TikTok is over engaging. At Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. Somebody said it's now wash up. It wash you up. That's what somebody said. So lead as an example. Lead an example as a parent. How much are you engaged with your phone? Have a time where you can see it and you leave it. And your children, when you tell them don't use it, do something else, because there's so much.
Meaning, if you're not disciplined, you cannot discipline.
Yes, you can't give what you do not have.
Yeah.
If yourself you're not disciplined, how are you going to discipline children?
Others.
Exactly. Now our children, these teenagers, they have to engage even in housework in the house.
Yeah.
They have to do work. When you're cooking, cook with them, lead by example. So even us, we should limit how much we use it, especially in front of them, because they're watching us. It will be very difficult to control it. Yes.
So that is also a very important strategy. Abalani baffe abalungi katwongere okubeera nga twongera okukwatagana wamu nammwe programu ya Charlie Life Connect ebyokwogerako bingi ekiro ky'olwaleero. Strategies tubadde na nnyingi era tukyalina nnyingi. Yasoose twagitegedde bulungi, kati strategy ey'okubiri ate maama abadde ayongera okuginoza ng'agamba nti nga tonnaba kugaana mwana oyo taabu, nga tonnaba kumugamba nti gibeereko essaawa emu, alabirako gwe muzadde we mukulembere ng'ekyokulabirako. Bw'onooba nga gw'osiiba ku TikTok ng'akulaba, tolina bw'omugamba nti kati gwe teka wansi taabu ate ogenda okole ku mirimu emirala. There is no way. Ky'otalina tosobola kukigaba. So abazadde naffe tubeere ekyokulabirako. Yegwe omuzadde agamba omwana teka wansi essimu oba va ku TV ogenda oyoza ebintu, naye nga gwe okuva ku makya kulaba oli ku ssimu yo. Hey, tulina ebyokwekebera bingi. Program ekyali Life Connect, strategies zikyajja nyingi nnyo. Mami,
yes.
At least we are at one page now. We are on the same page when it comes to that. Parents, it's a big check.
It's a big check to all of us.
It's a very big check because
We need
there
to do work
are,
in
these moments when you
yeah.
have teenagers in the house, they can do some work, but now for you want to be on your phone, you're 24/7.
Women
you're
are
asking him
women
to go.
are burnt sauce in the house.
You see?
Because of WhatsApp, because of TikTok. She's cooking, but the whole mind is on the phone. Now you are telling your 10-year-old daughter
to put down the tab.
Put on the tab, cut tomatoes, let's do the work together. In holidays, let's engage our children. Do this, but you yourself, you are cooking, but the whole issue is on the phone. And the child is sitting and said, but what is mommy doing? So leading by example is very important. People are in church, but you are sitting with your child and you are in church, the service is going on, you're on WhatsApp, and the child is seeing you. So this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be before God, in the presence of God, but we can be on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you're connecting with the whole world. You are communicating to everybody. So be mindful how you use your technology, how you use this technology. It is good, but be mindful because we have a generation we are raising. Another challenge that parents are facing, you actually tell them, I don't want to see with any boyfriend. You are still young, you are studying, but I give you a tablet or I give you a phone and there's Wi-Fi or there's internet. Do you know how many men she's talking to?
Do you?
You're seeing her, she's very single, she's alone in the house. Mommy, I don't have a boyfriend.
I'm just here in the house.
I'm just here alone in the house. But she's all over, messages, talking, doing so many things. And the devil has penetrated this technology very much so that the church has to wake up and see that it is a good thing. We can use it to do so much. People are doing business online.
Yes.
And they are doing great. People are studying online and they are doing great.
Yes.
People are getting information online, which is helpful, but also the devil has taken advantage of this. Your daughter can have men online and you're not aware.
Yes.
And you don't, and for you, you think, she's in the house, she doesn't have a boyfriend. I just give her a phone, she has her phone, she has a tablet. But what is she doing with the tablet? Who is she talking to? There is so much that I can't even mention because there are obscene things are happening.
Yes.
There are sites that are not godly at all. That for you just see a 15-year-old child who is still in school studying, and the my child is very innocent, she knows nothing. But if that child decides to open up and decide to check the apps, you will collapse. the things that she knows, the information that she has, the things that are exposed to. So parents have to be on top of this digital era that we are living in. We should be involved and know, because we are raising our children. We don't want the world to take our children from us and snatch them away from us.
Bannange ebigambo bikyali bingi. Life Connect banaye nabagambye program obulamu bulina okugatta naye nga tutambuza obulamu tetusobola butambula ffekka, obulamu tulina butambula n'abaana baffe, obulamu ate bwe tutambula olwaleero ng'omulamwa bwe guli, obulamu tubutambula n'omulembe guno ogw'okumanya, omulembe gw'empuliziganya, gw'okutegeera abantu information eri awo. Kakati tulina okusomoozebwa information eri mu maaso g'abaana baffe. Abaana baffe bamanyi bingi nnyo. Mami abadde annyonnyola ng'agamba nti ojja kubeera n'omwana naddala abavubuka banene abato abakula abo bo kale it is at least but when it comes to the teenagers ekyokusooka banoonyereza nnyo. Kati ojja kubeerawo ng'olowooza omwana wakyali muto, omwana wo talina nnyo bingi by'amanyi, naye ng'essimu gye wamuwa mu ngalo eyo kola homework eyo, ngamba eyo gye wamugulira mu covid eyo, nga ayina ebintu bingi nnyo by'amanyi by'otayinaako idea, nga singa akubikuyako bubikulizi n'ofaayo n'olaba ku apps z'alaba ozirika. So abazadde tubeere nga tuteekayo ebirowoozo, tubeere nga tufaayo okulaba nti abaana baffe tubakuumira mu mbeera ate tagenda kubeera nga eyonoona.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Mami, I want to get back to you.
Yes, please.
We are in the digital age. And it has so many, for us as parents, we are looking at it as modernity.
And it's modernity.
Yes, and we are looking at it as, if I give my child a phone, now I'm a modern parent. Actually, those parents who are unable to buy their children smartphones or tablets and that, for them they're like, for us we are here, maybe we don't have money, we don't have what, but we have also realized that there are challenges.
There are challenges.
So far we have looked at just a few strategies of how to overcome the so many challenges.
That's right.
We've heard of when children are at risk of being kidnapped because they exposed.
Yes.
I don't know. How can you help parents to guide their children when it comes to some of such?
Yes, this is what I wanted to talk about, that we should educate our children, the online safety.
Okay.
Because not everything that you see online there is genuine, and they are genuine. Like I told you, that you can have a child in the house, probably 15, 16, 17, 21, they're in the house, they're still with you, and you know Vero, she's single, but you don't know who she's connected with.
Okay.
They're busy connecting, they're talking, they're what? They're all those what called online dating, so many inboxing, sending, dating and all that. But we need to educate our children online safety, so that our children knows that there is dangers also online. It is us to work with them, teach your children about online safety, including the importance of strong passwords. And also teaching them that there's also cybercrime. There's also imposters. There's also fraudsters online.
Okay.
So we need to teach our children, educate them. That's why I told you, sometimes sit down with them and engage them and hear their online challenges.
Okay.
Like I gave an example, that be on top of the game. Also be a responsible parent. Mind what you do online. Lead by example. So also this, we have to talk to our children that you don't give personal information online, especially now the teenager age.
I'm here, located here, you can come.
You give every detail of the school where you go to, what, yet they are kidnappers. They are bad people out there. The world we are living in has good people, has bad people, good hearts and bad hearts. So you educate your children, you don't give all your information about yourself online. Because online is good and is also bad. It has its challenges. So we need to educate our children as much as they are getting exposed and what. it's our responsibility to talk to them and educate them about these dangers. So we give strong passwords and also protecting personal information, recognizing and reporting cyberbullying. There's also cyberbullying online, and understanding the potential dangers of sharing content with strangers, people you don't know, and you share your information, you share your home address, you share everything, but you have never met. And even go to the extent of accepting to meet in a place with a person you don't know, dating and stuff like that. So that's why at my start, I said, let's befriend our children.
Yes.
We can only get to know this information and share it with them when we are
If
created.
they are friends.
They are our friends, we talk to them. So if it's not late, if you're watching with a parent and maybe you have not created that time, it's not late. You can start now. Build their confidence. Tell them, if there's anything you want to know, talk to me. People have been kidnapped. People have been killed, have been raped.
Actually, some have been robbed. One time
Yes.
I read of a story where this whole family put themselves like on they online. They shared information that we are all gone for a vacation. Nobody's at home. All of us have gone. Literally, did they know that they were communicating to robbers?
Definitely.
So the
You are
robbers
telling them our
just came
house
in
is-
and they're like, nobody's in the
Yes,
house.
please come in. No one is in the house. Take whatever you want. So you have given information, and sometimes it's the show-off mentality.
Yeah.
May God help us that we should. This show-off mentality. You think you are showing off, but I always ask the question: in show-off, what do you achieve really?
Prestige.
You say, I saw it. It's ignorance, really.
And
It's ignorance.
you know,
Because why?
this
Have
time-
you seen? Let me ask you a question. Have you seen a rich person, very rich, with money, really living such a life, showing, exposing what they have, what they have
really.
done, what they have achieved?
Not really.
They live a secret life. It is until when you see them, you realize their watch is $500 or $2,000. Like, oh, really? But has not said it. But has just come in. What? But once, maybe from struggles, maybe we've been struggling before, then somehow, God has made a way and you have touched it. You feel like you're on top of the world. Actually, one pastor was preaching a message in our church. I think that was Apostle Dan Walsh. He said, humble yourself. And I picked something, and that is very true. We should learn to humble ourselves. He said, you are bragging with 1 million in your account. That is somebody's hair. That is just somebody's hair. But for you, because you have 1 million in your account, the whole world has to know there is 1 million. But you don't know who is who. Live around this, the crimes, the what. Not everybody is happy that you are happy. So try as much as possible. Those are the things we should raise our children, knowing that there's information that goes out, there is information for yourself. People are being kidnapped, people are being raped, people, like you've said, robbery has been done because we give too much information. So educate your children about online, safety of online. You should control information.
tweyanzege mami webale kuyigiriza webale kusomesa abantu bakitegedde bulungi nnyo abalabi baffe mama yongedde okugenda maaso ng'atangaaza ng'agamba waliwo ensonga enkulu ey'okubeera nti ng'abaana baffe bali mu mulembe guno ogwa social media, omulembe gw'okumanya oguli mu maaso gaabwe, tetuyinza guziyiza naye tubayambe. Ekimu ku bye tulina okubayamba kwe okubayambako okumanya olina kuwaayo information yenkana ki naye kati abaana oluusi tetubalungamya n'awaayo information yo neemukwatako gy'asomera gy'abeera. Twesanze nga abaana oluusi babawambye, abo abaana betuwulira bawamba babajjako information naye nga bagisanga ku mikutu
And you give it freely.
ku mikutu mugatta bantu, tanoonyereza nnyo, ajja buzi n'amanya omwana asomera wano, omwana bazadde be bavaawo wakasawa bweziti kwegamba. Ate nga tekikoma ku baana bokka, agenze mami nanchallenging n'agamba nti kigasa ki okubeerako kwegamba ne weeraga nnyo banaye tuba tulowooza tukola content naye ebintu tubigende mpola naye nga byonna okyali ku programu yaffe life connect twaze okuyiga okumenyaamenya obulamu tubugatta tutya okusobola okulaba nga butambula. Omutwe gwaffe gwe ne yakatwegatako, omutwe gwaffe gubadde gugamba tuyinza tutya okubeera nga tukuza abaana baffe obulungi ng'ate tuli mu mulembe guno ogwa social media oba omulembe gw'okumanya ennyo. Abaana balina gadgets nnyingi nnyo, balina computers, balina tablets, balina amasimu. Tuyinza kola tutya okubeera nga tubakuza ng'abazadde, ng'abaana tubakuziza bulungi, tebatononeseeko, tebafunye kusoomozebwa, naye ng'ate bakyali baana balungi ate nga ne era ey'okumanya ebagasiza. Mami,
Yes.
I know you still have a lot in your store, but again we would also want to continue sharing about these teenagers.
Thank you for bringing it.
The teenagers are
Yes.
very very vulnerable.
Yes, they are very vulnerable.
They are
That's
very
true.
vulnerable.
Yes.
They are looking at the world as in that they are the top.
Yes.
They know more than any
They are
other
at a discovery
person.
stage. They want to discover a lot. All
Yes.
of us have been there.
They want
before.
to discover. They are
A lot,
adventuring.
adventuring, yes,
Yes.
a lot. And in that there is so much. That's why here I wanted to talk about foster open communication. Especially with that age, foster that, create a safe and non-judgmental environment
That is very important.
where they can freely talk, freely ask, freely open up without having a judgmental. You know, we want to be involved in our children's life, but sometimes we're too judgmental to the extent that children end up closing up. They close. You ask, okay, tell me about this. They don't want to say it. They keep
Because you know
quiet.
you're going to judge them.
Yes, definitely. You already have. And this is how we do it, and this is wrong. You want to parent a child, you want to raise a child, but we start by condemning, by judging, without giving them time to express themselves, to make a mistake, and then we can correct it. So I would think, as parents, let's create an environment which is not judgmental, which is friendly to our children. Then when we create that environment, we are able to correct the wrong things, and we're able to communicate. And these children, I like them this way because they are very innocent. They're able to take in whatever you give them as long as you communicate in a proper way without judging. But the mistake we do, we go first to the thing that would have been last, is what we start with, condemning.
Which,
You're going to be pregnant, the way you are dressed and what.
Can you imagine?
Instead of her opening, there's a boy who is disturbing me. Already you said you're going to be pregnant. How do people become pregnant? You have already said I'm going to be pregnant. So why should I open up that there's somebody who's disturbing me?
Why should I not even be pregnant? Because mommy is expecting me to become pregnant.
Wait on that. Wait on that. You say as a mother, say, the way you are dressed, you're going to be pregnant. Men are going to sleep with you. Maybe you already have a boyfriend. But remember, this girl, she's about 17. There is a boy who's already talking to her. And she wants to tell you, Mommy, somebody's saying something to me. But you have already judged her. You have killed everything. So that friendship is not that when she can come to say, Mommy, I met someone who said this to me. Do you think is genuine, or what should I do? But already there's nothing like that. Then she closed.
Manange ebiwoma biggwa byokya ebyokwogerako bikyali bingi naye akadde katugoba katwala kantindiggwa naye nga kwegamba mpulira nga saaga atumalirize naye tetukyayinza kusingako wano naye abazadde twegendereze nnyo tubeere emikwano gy'abaana baffe ate nga tubasembeza tetubasalira misango gy'atannazza batannaguza n'ogusala laba bootunula olabika ojja kuba mubbi laba booti oyagala kutunyaga so tetubasalira misango gye batannazza tubeere emikwano gyabwe twagala nnyo okusigala nga tugenda mu maaso naye tetukyayinza kimu kyokka kyekifo kye tulimu bakiyita Shine Resort waneeno ku Kigo era bw'oba olina parties osobola okubeera ng'ojja ng'ofuna patiyo ng'okola nga bikintu kitambula bulungi nnyo ekifo kirabika bulungi. Mami, mu statement emu I want you to conclude before we move out ndyoke mbawo essimu za Shine we mugenda okujja mukolera emikolo. Mami, tuwe statement emu tusiibule abantu wano.
Parents, I want to encourage you that continue doing great work, raising children in a way that they will never depart from. Proverbs 22 verse 6, it says, train up a child in a way that they will never depart from. Teach these children, teach them about God, let them know how to pray, lead by example, pray with them, hold their hands, pray with them, let them fear God, let them know that there is God. That is the best foundation you can give to your children. as we are raising our children and navigating parenting children in such an era, digital era. Digital is not bad, it is good, but it is us parents to be on top of it. So be informed, don't be an ignorant parent. Be informed about this digital era so that you'll be able to talk to your children, counsel them, and give them the best. I pray that the Lord will bless you and God will give you wisdom as you raise these innocent children, and may you continue doing what you are doing. The Lord will bless you. Thank you so much for watching Life Connect. I remain Pastor Cindy Chiganda. Love you one by one.
Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you for accepting always to be with us on the show. And dear viewers, as we conclude, I would love to give you these numbers for Shine Resort Hotel. Abatukyazizza gwe ayagala ebifo ekyokoleramu omukolo omulungi, swimming pool ey'omulembe, steam bath, sauna n'ebigenderako, kamasajja ak'omulembe. Akubirako kuba Shine Country Resort ku 077 99 56 6 oba osobola n'okubafuna ku 070 776 5765. Siyinza kweyongerayo. Ebadde program Life Connect twogerera ku byobulamu ebirungi. Amannya agange bampita Eve, mbadde ne Mami Cindy nga bwe mumaze okuwulya, era njagala okubategeeza nti program yaffe egenda kusigala ng'egenda maaso buli Lwakubiri ku ssaawa 3 ez'ekiro. Tulindira olunaku olujja, tujja kusanyuka okuba naawe. Tweyanziza.